What if I told you there's a single money question that could be worth hundreds of thousands of dollars to you over your lifetime? It's not about finding the next hot stock. It's not about cutting coupons for lattes. It's a question most people never even think to ask themselves. They just drift along, doing what they think they're supposed to do. This question is simple. When you have some extra cash, say $500, what should you do with it? Should you throw it at that student loan you hate? Or should you put it into an investment account and let it grow? The answer isn't what you think. Getting it right is a huge part of living your rich life. Most so-called experts will give you a simple, one-size-fits-all answer. They'll scream, "Pay off all your debt. Debt is evil." Or they'll whisper, "You have to invest. You're losing money every day you don't." These answers are lazy, made for 10-second sound bites. They ignore the most important factor in the equation: you. Your life, your numbers, your psychology. The truth, there's a mathematical answer and a psychological answer. Sometimes they don't line up. We're going to break down both so you can make a conscious, confident decision instead of guessing. Imagine two paths. One path leads to the peace of mind of owing no one anything. It feels secure, safe, responsible. The other path, your money works for you 24/7, even while you sleep, potentially growing into a much larger pile of cash. This path feels exciting, optimistic, a little risky. Which path is right? It depends on the interest rates on your debt, the potential returns on your investments, and, crucially, how you feel about risk and security. Let's stop guessing and dig into the actual numbers and feelings behind this choice. Let's talk about team paydown. The philosophy here is incredibly simple and powerful. Get rid of your debts as fast as humanly possible. The big pro is the guaranteed return. When you pay off a credit card with a 22% interest rate, you are effectively giving yourself a 22% return on your money. You can't find a guaranteed 22% return in the stock market. Not legally, anyway. This is a risk-free move. You send the money, the debt goes down, and you save a specific, known amount of money on future interest payments. It's predictable, it's concrete. And for many people, it feels amazing. Debt is heavy. It's a constant mental drag, a little voice in the back of your head reminding you that a portion of your paycheck isn't really yours. For some people, this stress is overwhelming. Wiping out that debt is like dropping a massive backpack you didn't even realize you were carrying. The freedom and peace of mind you get from being debt-free can be a huge motivator. It simplifies your financial life dramatically. Once the debts are gone, every single dollar you earn is yours to save, spend, or invest as you choose. That feeling of control can be priceless. Let's look at a quick example. Imagine you have a $5,000 credit card balance at a 20% annual percentage rate. That's not uncommon. If you only make minimum payments, you could be paying on that debt for over a decade and end up paying thousands of dollars in interest alone. But let's say you get a $1,000 bonus. If you put that entire bonus toward the card, you've just saved yourself $200 in interest payments over the next year. 20% of $1,000. That's a guaranteed $200 you just earned. It's a direct and immediate impact on your financial health, and you can see the results on your very next statement. The downside of going all in on paying down debt is the opportunity cost. While you're busy paying off a 4% student loan, you're missing out on years of potential growth in the stock market, which historically has returned an average of around 7 to 10% per year. Those early years of investing are the most powerful because of compound interest. By focusing only on debt, especially low-interest debt, you might be winning a small battle but losing the much larger war for long-term wealth. It's a trade-off between short-term security and long-term growth. Let's make this real. Meet Maya, meet Liam. They both graduated from college on the same day, September 27th, 2025. They both have a $30,000 student loan with a 5% interest rate, and they both have an extra $500 a month to work with. The only difference is their strategy. Maya decides to join Team Paydown. She wants that loan gone. Liam decides to join Team Grow Now. He's comfortable with his debt and wants to start building wealth immediately. They both make their minimum loan payment. Maya puts her extra $500 on the loan. Liam puts his extra $500 into a Roth IRA invested in an index fund. Maya is incredibly focused. She throws every spare dollar at her student loan. By putting an extra $500 a month toward her $30,000 loan, she will have it completely paid off in about 4.5 years. It's a huge celebration. She feels free and light. For those 4.5 years, she didn't invest a single dollar, but now she is debt-free. From this point forward, she starts taking that entire payment, her original minimum payment plus the extra $500, and invests it every month. Meanwhile, Liam has been taking a different approach. He just makes the minimum payment on his student loan, which will take him the standard 10 years to pay off. But from day one, he has been automatically investing that extra $500 every single month. After 4.5 years, when Maya is finally debt-free, Liam still has a significant loan balance. However, he also has an investment portfolio. Assuming an 8% average annual return, his account would be worth over $32,000. Fast forward 30 years from graduation. Maya, who started investing after 4.5 years, has been investing diligently for 25.5 years. But Liam, who started from day one, has been investing for the full 30 years. Because of those crucial first few years of compound growth, Liam's portfolio will be significantly larger than Maya's. The math shows that starting early, even while carrying good debt, often leads to more wealth in the long run. However, this is just the math. It completely ignores the emotional side of the equation. Finding your financial personality. The Maya versus. Liam's story shows that math often favors investing, but math doesn't have feelings. You do. The best decision for you depends heavily on your financial personality and your specific numbers. Let's break down who should lean which way. You should strongly consider focusing on paying off debt first if you have high-interest debt, typically anything over 7 to 8%. Credit card debt, personal loans, payday loans. The interest rate is so high that it's nearly impossible to out-earn it consistently and safely through investing. Paying this off is a financial emergency. You are also a candidate for team paydown if you are highly risk-averse. Does the thought of the stock market dropping make you break out in a cold sweat? Do you check your bank account obsessively, feeling stressed by the debt balances? If that's you, the psychological relief of being debt-free might be worth more than any potential extra returns from investing. There is no shame in this. A rich life is one where you can sleep at night. If eliminating debt is what gives you peace, then that is a perfectly valid and powerful choice. It provides a solid, stress-free foundation from which you can build your wealth later. On the other hand, you might be a good fit for Team Grow Now if your debts are all low interest. Student loans with rates under 5%, mortgage with a low APR, car loan with a low APR. If the interest rate on your debt is lower than the historical average return of the stock market, around 7 to 10%, the math is on your side to invest. You should also have a stable income and a solid emergency fund already in place, 3 to 6 months of living expenses. Investing comes with risk, and you need a cash cushion so you won't be forced to sell your investments at a bad time if you lose your job. Finally, you should have the right temperament for investing. This means you understand that the market goes up and down, and you're willing to ride out the waves for the long term. You see a market downturn not as a crisis but as a sale, a chance to buy more shares at a lower price. So after all this, what's the magic money trick that will change your life forever? It's realizing that you don't have to choose just one. For most people, the best answer isn't either or, it's both. You can walk both paths at the same time. This hybrid approach lets you capture benefits of both strategies. Pay down debt systematically and get money into the market to start compounding. Have your cake and eat it too. Balanced strategy. Manage risk and seize opportunity. Here's a simple, actionable tip to start the hybrid path. I call it automate and annihilate. Automate. Set up automatic investments. Contribute to your 401k to get the full employer match, yums, free money. Set a small automatic monthly transfer to a Roth IRA, $50 a month, $100 a month. Start and make it automatic. That puts time on your side. You are now officially an investor. Annihilate. Attack your debt. After automating investments, list your debts. Order them from highest interest rate down to the lowest. That's your hit list. Throw every extra dollar at the highest rate debt while making minimums on the rest. When one debt is gone, roll that payment into the next. That's the debt avalanche. fastest way to save on interest. Personal finance is personal. Look at your numbers. Understand your interest rates. Be honest about your feelings toward debt and risk. Start designing your rich life on your own terms. If this helped, tap subscribe and join the channel. New smart money videos every week.